Front Row is one of many resources you can use to help individualize instruction. Specifically, Front Row can help you provide individualized lessons for your students in the area of math, English language arts, social studies, and science. This video will walk you through what needs to be done on the teacher side of things before you have your students download the app and begin working in Front Row. Start by going to frontrowed.com and then select Teachers Sign In. The nice thing about Front Row is that you can sign in with your Google account. Once you've signed in, it will ask you for some school information. Go ahead and walk through that process and fill out where you work. Once you've updated your settings, you can manage your roster. This is where you need to add a class and type in student names. I'm going to set this up as Enrichment, Math. Once I hit Save, I'm going to select the grade that I am working with. But remember right here, it says that this will not limit the content your students have access to. And I'll show you later how to change a grade level for a particular student. Continue, and then start entering the names. Notice right here for grade level, I can put in 4, or I can move it up to maybe 5, or move it down to second grade if needed. And even after the kids have started, you can manually change that for each student. When I hit continue, I'm going to go through a couple of screens here. You can watch these tutorials if you want. Otherwise, you can go to the class that you just selected there and you can print login cards. That will give you a little piece of paper to give to each student in your class. Take note of your class code, and it will also be on the student login cards for them. They will have to enter that information each time they work on Front Row. Next, I'm going to log out as a teacher and show you what it looks on the student side. To use Front Row on the iPad, students will first need to download Front Row from self-service. Next, students will select I'm a student. Each time students use Front Row, they will need to log in. That's why it's important when you create your roster to only use the first name and last initial. Students will also have to enter the class code each time they use Front Row. This is the student's main page when they log into Front Row. Notice at the bottom they have the choice of selecting Home, Math, ELA, and Assignments. The icons will look different for primary students. When students select Math, they will see a variety of topics within Math that they can explore by taking a pretest. Once students select a topic, they can start their pretest and answer the questions. After the pretest, the app will determine what level the student is at for that topic. Notice that for this pretest on measurement and data, the student was placed at level 3 out of a total of 44 levels. So just to review, students select Math at the bottom and then select an area to do a pretest on. Once they take the pretest, the app will place them at a certain level on that topic. This pretest had a few more questions, but notice that the student was placed on level 7 out of 42 levels for the area of geometry. After taking the pretest, students can tap Practice to get more practice in that topic area. Otherwise, they can tap Math at the bottom to go back to the main screen with all the topics. In addition to the math topics, students can also select Fact Practice. Students are limited to 2 fact practices a day. Students can practice within a level by tapping the green practice button. The speaker icon will read the question to the students.
Chris is different than Adam because Chris is blank.
Students can select the pencil icon to draw in the workspace. Each time they tap the pencil, it turns a different color. The icon below the pencil moves items around the screen. The video icon plays a short tutorial for that type of question.
Tim and Sophie are in the same class, but they do not sit next to each other.
As students answer questions, they earn coins to spend in the Piggy store. Notice that there is a 1.5-minute time limit for students to spend their coins. Back on the teacher side, I can see the activity feed for each of my students. I can assign specific targeted practice for individual students. As you can see, Front Row has the capability to individualize instruction for each of your students in the area of math. As mentioned before, you can change the student's grade level by going into Manage Roster and selecting the student, editing the student, and changing the grade level.